Hey, hello everybody! Welcome back to the Final Fantasy Retrospective with me, Vicarian, your gracious and kind and benevolent host? Mercy? I don't know. I was actually going to wait a little bit longer until I could find a time where I could actually do all of the final bits of Final Fantasy 3 here, all just in a row. I tackled with that. I tackled with a few different ideas, like, oh, did I want to do a stream as I went and got all of the summons, even though I don't have a summoner, and I probably don't plan to use a summoner, other than maybe to show off some of these things. I kind of already have in my mind what I want the final loadout to be in terms of the group. But then I found out like the dungeons for the summons are literally like 3 screens and a boss. There's no story to them. There's no dialogue. There's just you go through 3 screens of dungeon, has some treasure chests that have a bunch of one-use like elemental items. Black hole, thunder, stuff like that. And then you just get like one line of dialogue and then boom, boss. And then you defeat it and it's like, oh, here's your summon. Bye. That's it. So I was doing some off-screen grinding and everything. I went ahead and tackled all those, got the rest of the treasure chests for all the areas we've explored. Pretty much did all of the little busy work and everything so we could just get back in and finish out the meat of this story, which is, of course, the part that all of the people who are familiar with Final Fantasy XIV would know, which of course is the Labyrinth of the Ancients, Circus Tower, and the World of Darkness, and the Forbidden Land Eureka, which is kind of a side bonus dungeon right at the end of the game where you get a bunch of the end game equipment. That's about all I know about it, is that it's the side optional dungeon at the very end. But we have the key to it. I don't know. So I was thinking about that and I thought, I'll just get into it. And then originally I was going to wait until I had a night where I could like stream and get all the way through the end of the game. Just do one swoop. Because I don't think there's any save points or any way to save once you enter the labyrinth. Like, once you get into the labyrinth, I went ahead and asked on the internet, like, is there any place to save once you get into the final dungeon? Or dungeons, because it's like 3 in a row. 4 if you do the optional one. And apparently the answer was no. There is no other way to save in there. But luckily, the Pixel Remaster gives us the ability to quick save, which I have found out is essentially just a save. Like a little extra save that you can do. You can load from the main menu to your quick save. So you can quick save anywhere in a dungeon and just go back right to that spot. So I'm like, okay, so even if I can't do it all in one night, I can quick save. That's good. So with that said, I decided, hey, I really want to see the end. I really want to see where all this is going. I've actually really been enjoying this one. And I kind of want to see where it goes. So I decided to get some more done tonight. And we'll see. It's been a while since I've played a new Final Fantasy game, so I'm excited to see this one all the way to the end. But first of all, we need to get a little bit of business done first. Our bookkeeping. Because we have a new member of the party here. DJC Plays. Thank you for joining the party. I'm so happy to see people kind of following along. It makes me feel like people are actually kind of interested in these retrospectives and hearing and seeing all these cool old Final Fantasy games and seeing where all this stuff is. Like I said, this one has been particularly interesting because, much like 2, this one sets up not just a bunch of staples of the franchise, but also this one directly inspired a lot of Final Fantasy XIV. And I'm sure I'll be talking about that more once we get into the dungeons. But, no, I think it'll be... I'm yapping. Excited to just get into this tonight. Well, with that being said, shall we get into the game? Let's see here. Switching over to the game. I noticed a little bit that the audio was kind of down, so I turned it up a bit in this one. There we go. All right. So I have made a few adjustments. Of course, as I was saying, I did some off-stream grinding. Got everyone up to level 50, which means we should be good to just go for the end of the game. Hopefully, I don't know. Usually around level 50 is where you want to be when it comes to things. And then, so with that in mind, I tried to get everyone around 50. And while I was doing it, and like I said, I got all of the summon magic, even though I don't think we'll ever actually use it. But yeah, all the way up to Bahamut. Honestly, Odin was probably the hardest one. But all that meant was it took a few more rounds, and I had to heal a few more times. Also, Gizmo is currently a thief, because thieves do insane amounts of damage right now, more than like the more than Black Mage was doing, especially when I was trying to grind at like level to level. And oh, here we go. We used we're using the fangs that we have been collecting through the entire game here to destroy these. Those who are familiar with Final Fantasy XIV and the Crystal Tower, especially who did the quest to unlock the Crystal Tower way back in the day, probably remember having to go and do a bunch of Fates events to get crystals that could be carved into crystal fangs that would be used to open up the gates of the Crystal Tower. And that's essentially what this is. Those fangs we've been collecting the entire time were being used to unlock these final 4 doors. And then we have to go back to the ship, because I gotta hop over that. I actually learned that you don't actually have to push the button to make it jump over the mountains. You have to just hold down the direction while you're up against a mountain that can be hopped over, and it'll let you do it. Jeez. A lot of air protection here for the tower. So there we have it, the Labyrinth of the Ancients. And no, I don't want to hop over it. I want to drop down. Let's make sure we have everything we need before we head in here. Rest up. Go over here to check our item supplies. We are maxed out on potions and high potions. We know we have the money. Let's max out on some of our status items here. Just the biggies. So we have a lot of money. Get back up to my 10 otter shrooms. No, I'm not going to get that many Phoenix Downs. Alright. Well, I think we're ready. It's time to go after Zonde. The Ancient's Maze. What's in here? The Earth Crystal. Okay, so this is interesting. It's the Earth Crystal, but something attacks. You're surrounded. What? On Master Zonde's orders, you will all be swallowed by darkness. Darkness. So we were surrounded, and then it was just one guy, Titan. Let's throw out a little bit of haste on Puff. Because Puff does probably the most damage. Oh! Maybe not this time. So yeah, I was doing some thinking about it, going back when I was doing some editing of the edited versions of the videos. And one thing I noticed was there's a kind of a mixed message you get from Doga about what happened with the Earth Crystal. Like, on one hand, he's like, oh yes, it's hidden and cannot be touched, and that's why Goldor could not do anything to it. But at the same time, he also mentions the fact that Zonde had taken the Earth Crystal at some point and was torturing it to cause the Great Earthquake. So those two things don't explicitly contradict each other, but the intent kind of does. So I was very confused. It's kind of why I was kind of mixed up about what the deal with the Earth Crystal was. Oh, there we go. Bye-bye, Titan. You don't even look like Titan. You look just like a regular dude who's just kind of taller than everybody else. And you're not a summon. The fourth and final crystal. The Earth Crystal. Not to be confused with the Heart Crystal. Warriors of Light, the mortal known as Zonde, is using my powers for the utmost evil. Not just regular evil. Utmost evil. He plans to drown the entire world in darkness. You must use the power within me to cast away the cloud of darkness. Received a new title from the Earth Crystal. Magus, Devout, and Summoner jobs now available. So you can get the Summoner stuff all the way like halfway through the game. Can't use any of it really. Now go to Circus Tower and stop Zonde, Warriors of Light. So with that said, now you have Devout, which is like the ultimate form of the White Mage. And where... No, I don't want to switch to Onion Knight. I want to switch to Magus. So in terms of magic, we can finally get, as you can see, the Devout and Magus finally unlock the level 8 magic, which we don't have, but I mean, we have all the other spells, and they get way more spell slots and everything like that. That being said, we probably should go run right back out to the Invincible here, since we're literally right there. And rest again. That way we can get all of our spell slots back. I know it's supposed to be MP. It says right here, like, MP, but let's be fair, it's spell slots in this one. They act and behave just like Venkian magic spell slots. All right. Now we're in it for reals. Oh. Well, I mean, that just means I'm properly leveled up then. The fact that I'm killing things before they even get a chance to get a spell cast off. Should probably just attack until for the meantime. And 25 hits. It's not bad for a black belt. I'm still kind of curious about the odd number of hits, though. Oh, and thank goodness for this map. This makes it so much easier. So they could take care of that one, and we'll see if Zoe and Gizmo here can actually cast strong enough magic to take out this Iron Claws. Oh yeah, totally. An Uni clone. Because, if we recall, Uni just turned into a weird monster thing to fight us before giving us the keys to this place, because they wanted to prove that we were strong enough? I don't know. But now we're fighting clones of Uni and Doga and Thanatos? An actual, I believe a boss, actually, from Final Fantasy XIV that appears in the Labyrinth of Ancients. Although it's kind of interesting that it's a woman in this one, on a horse. She doesn't have a head, and the horse doesn't have a head, but she's carrying her head. That is some insane magic healing, even with just Cura. Does the horse not get... the horse should be carrying its own head, too. Maybe, like, strapped to the side of it, I think. That would be a good look. Okay, nothing down here. No hidden passages. Bone dragons! We're just hitting all the classics here. I'm kind of curious if this will work. Oh, good. So I think it's interesting. I didn't even realize it, but apparently all the bosses in the Final Fantasy XIV raid all were just trash mobs in the actual game, which is interesting. Do I actually need to cure anything? A little bit. You could probably use a cure. Or not, because we just killed it too quick. Haha, take that. Alright, let's see here. Okay, so this is just another dead end with a treasure chest. Okay. The dual Haken. I don't know what that is. And triple treasure chest, break blade, phoenix down, and omni rod. Don't know. Okay, I figured omni rod was something like this for him. Break blade. Wonder if that has like a chance to petrify or something. Or a small chance to insta-kill, considering that's what break tends to be. He summoned a friend! Every time I try and heal the group, it's just kind of like, yeah, never mind. I wonder if this will actually do anything, considering it just... Oh, yeah. I was wondering if it would, like, absorb the... since it used Snowstorm on us. Alright, let's see here. That looks to be the exit down there. Or was that the entrance? I don't know. Will I get Kira off this time? Chance is set? No. Got a Phoenix down. Got a Protect Ring. There! I finally got to hear Kirov. I've learned Kick is probably one of the most insanely broken things in this game. I'm just waiting to run into the Doga clones, because you know they're coming. Ha ha! Killed with freedom. A proud 1776 hit. Ooh, what is this room? Nothing. It's for anyone who is still somehow using dragoons. I don't know. I did not see the point in continuing to use the Dragoon all the way past where we got that one fight we had to use them. It's kind of like the Scholar. I don't really need them after that. Well, we have pierced the Labyrinth of the Ancients. And we're ready to take on Circus Tower. And I don't have any tents. Somehow. We'll just throw some high potions on everyone here. And we'll save. And enter the Crystal Tower. Or Circus Tower, as they were calling it. Is this main chamber important? I don't know. It looks like a bubbly mirror. Let's go around and get these treasure chests first, though. Whoa! That guy hit like a truck. Oh, there's the Doga clones. Because Doga turned into a meatball for some reason. I really don't want to know what the musk items are. Okay, so there's 2 exits. Oh, no, I don't really need to do a cure. See how bad this thing hurts. It said damage received from poison, but I don't know what poisoned it. Lilith's Kiss. Block. I mean, to be fair, that does appear to be about what I think when I see that thing. You look at it and go, yeah, that's a block. Just realized I don't have an Arrow Ra. Just Arrow and Arrow Ga. Which is weird. Oh. After the Cave of Shadows, I was so hoping that thing wasn't going to split. Chocobo's Wrath. You summoned Cum. Come. I don't know what that is. Well then, let's unleash hell on them. Oh, jeez. Victory! Over Cum Cum. Alright, well. Oh wait, there's another treasure down there, I forgot. So now I have three different things that like three different attacks on three different characters that petrify. So if they all get their hits on and all trigger their petrify abilities at the same in one round, I can just, you know, stone things to death. Works well. Because you can't just petrify in one hit. Alright, let's see what's through here. A voice emanates from the mirror. I am the door to the forbidden realm of Eureka, resting place of the weapons deemed beyond mankind's power. An invisible wall is blocking the path. Did it say an invisible wall is blocking the path, or was that just narration? Because you did it in the same font. Whatever, I have the key. Which causes me to fall down. I like the music here. Dun, dun, dun. Feels appropriately epic for a big final dungeon place. Got another elixir. And of course, once again, going back to the Final Fantasy XIV comparisons and where they got their ideas from, Eureka is a prominent zone in Stormblood that I admittedly have never actually done. I've never even been there. I unlocked it and then never went there. Because everything I heard about it when it first came out was just kind of like, oh yeah, it's a big, kind of a send-up of Final Fantasy XI. I'm just kind of like, I did not enjoy Final Fantasy XI, so pass. I'm wondering if inside these little rooms we're going to have bosses. Or not. Okay. There's some Sleipnirs. So apparently, if I guess if you want to take some example of like possibly where the lore could have gone in terms of just theorizing here. Apparently Odin got his horse from Eureka. Because Odin rides a Sleipnir. Monsters! A ninja. Okay. I really have no idea what to expect here, so... Is this a boss monster or a regular monster? Or... Okay, he doesn't do a ton of damage, so... But he sure is taking a lot. There we go. Chest contained ribbon! Oh, that is good! Yeah, Zoe will get the ribbon first because I think it's handy to have the healer be the first thing that gets immunity to all status effects. Shuriken. Sure I can. So far, nothing's been so insurmountable, but, you know, we haven't hit any of the bosses yet. Because I know Eureka has a bunch of bosses in it. It's like, I don't know a ton about this game, but I know Eureka has a bunch of bosses in it. Anybody who's watched me play through this game so far can tell I don't know necessarily. I'm not an expert at this game. I've never played it before. I just kind of know what a few bit of things I've learned through osmosis. And the fact that I haven't run into anything spooky or bad yet is worrying. And there always is like these ominous looking chests too, you know? Like they're down like little hallways and everything. It's like it's the exact type of thing you would expect something to like jump out of and cause problems with. At least it's giving me a lot of Phoenix Downs. Why is Gizmo wearing a diaper? I can't be the only one that sees that, right? It looks exactly like it. That or he's wearing one of those plastic pumpkins from Halloween. Okay. This looks appropriately bossy now. I think we can all agree on that one. Probably didn't need to burn a full... The Moonring Blade, Force of Darkness. Show your worth. come on! Typical boss setup here. He hasn't changed his... I mean, judging by his appearance, I'm going to assume he's going to barrier shift, because he looks just like that other guy, that did barrier shift. Right now, I'm able to get a good number of... Faraga's in on him. I'll take it. We'll haste up their Puff to get a bunch of extra hits in. Oh no! And that heals him now. Of course it does. It would be wrong to assume that Blizzard would work now. I don't know, we'll find out here in a second if I just screw myself. Vulnerable to lightning. And hopefully he doesn't barrier shift right before I do all this. No! Yeah. Just attack him for a round there, Gizmo, till we figure out what his new weakness is. Is it fire? Vulnerable to fire. I'm noticing he seems to prefer using the type of magic that he's vulnerable to. Oh, he's dead. It turns out that no matter what type of element you absorb, you can't absorb punching. Obtained the Moon Ring Blade. I don't know what that is. He can use it. It's a boomerang. I don't know, does anyone else use it that would be better? I don't know. You can't use boomerangs, you can't use boomerangs. Dark Knights can use boomerangs. Thieves can use boomerangs. No, looks like probably he's the best bet. One boss down in Eureka. Whoa. Acheron. I want to say more or less everyone is actually healed up. So just attack. I'm trying to save the gauze for the boss fights. Because as far as I know, except for like blowing an elixir. Ooh. Masamune, the mystic blade. Defeat me and I am yours to wield. Kunoichi. Not bad. I like that Moonring blade. I really don't need Masamune, because it's a Dark Knight weapon. I don't think anyone else can use it. Honestly, it doesn't seem like fire does much. Let's try thunder. See if that does anything. Get some heals thrown out here. And no, maybe she just doesn't like magic. Oops, no. Let's see here. Throw some Eureka out. Just for the sake of it, we'll throw Blizzaga too. Oh, she casts Eureka. Huh? Two bosses! Obtained Masamune. Still love this music. Okay. Oh. So I can go this way. Well, I don't know if there's anything actually worthwhile this way. Okay, that leads to... I don't know. Okay, no, that leads to the next exit. This way leads to the next treasure. I got a tranquilizer. Alright, we should probably probably do a quick heal up here. Just mainly because I know a few characters are feeling kind of down. Gizmo's been getting the tar kicked out of him. Excalibur, the sword of legend. Can you handle my might? General. Which has my mind immediately looking for that car insurance jingle. I'm sure someone knows the one. Something about the general... I don't remember. Protect thyself, Zoe. I wonder if this will actually do much. No, of course it won't. Thundaga? Because he's a general, he's got armor, so maybe lightning? I have no idea. Well, it's a little bit better. It's not great. I don't know, we could try bio. Just trying out other things here, because, I mean, other than that, I just kind of use the elemental spells, and I probably could use something else. You just bioed me? I bio you! Bio really good. No, let's use that one again. That worked really well. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. That's yet another boss down. And now we've laid claim to Excalibur. Which I do believe is another Vicarian weapon. Yep, Excalibur and Moonring Blade now. Okay, so they both get protect rings, which I guess are better than diamond bracelets? I don't know. Pretty good damage. Scoot through here. Oceanus. That's kind of cool. That's I think that's a unique model. Like, I don't think I've seen that one before anywhere. Although, is it just me, or does the Moonring Blade actually look like it's CDs being thrown? Okay. See? CDs. I swear. Oh, and I broke my Petrified trilogy. Right here, and it doesn't have the Petrify ability anymore. Let's see here. The Elder Staff. Defeat me, and I will grant you the titles of Ninja and Sage. Something within the staff attacked. Whoa! Scylla. Which is an interesting look. Another Final Fantasy XIV boss, also. I suppose it would do me good to mention that. Although in that one, in Final Fantasy XIV, she's supposed to be like a queen who just wears a bunch of like decorative headpieces that look like multiple like beast heads. And this, it looks like it's actually just multiple beast heads, accompanied with multiple legs. Whoa! I was a little bit more worried about Flare, and then it only did like 600 damage. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could do that with just heal that with a basic cure. More or less. She hasn't really done anything that would merit, like, trying to build on anything. I guess just throw an arrow out. There we go. I may have over-prepared for this. I'm actually doing fairly well at just taking out all these bosses. Obtained Elder Staff. And obtained the titles of Ninja and Sage, the masters in the art of weaponry and magic. Now, I've been wondering, so I know Puff is pretty good as a black belt here, but ninjas can equip any weapon. All right, we'll give that a try. Gizmo, would you be better as a sage or I don't know. What type of magic does the sage get? So they get fewer spell slots, but they can use black and white magic. Of which I am fairly segmented on already. Nah, we'll stick with Magus. What is this one? I am Ragnarok, the unparalleled. You cannot hope to handle my power. Guardian. Oh. Ninjas can throw. Everyone's more or less healed up. So let's throw a haste on the ninja. Sure, that'll come in handy. That is a step down in damage, but to be fair, he's job level 1. We're going down from job level 99. Also, he might just have really good defense, because... yeah, the only one who's been able to do decent attacks to it has been... yeah, see, even that one just did 1800 to it. I think he just has really high defense. Let's try bio on him, just like we did with the other general dude. Quake. Nah, it did 420 on Gizmo. Nice! Goes well with his pumpkin pants. Yep, bio did good. Seems like bio seems to be the way to go for these high defense guys. A strategy I also employ way later in this franchise, where I would routinely just put poison on, like, try and poison every high-level boss I can, if they're not immune to it. It's like, I will kill you, eventually! Worthy warriors, I will lend my strength to you. My light is yours. Ragnarok and Masamune. Oh, hey. Shuriken, shuriken. Elixir, elixir. What can I do for you? Ah, the level 8 magic. And I have enough to get all of it. Oh, really? So apparently if you do Eureka, you could just buy the 3 boss summons. And you don't even have to go and do the boss fights. Bahamut, Leviathan, and Odin. You could just buy them in Eureka. That's... ridiculous. Now I know Flare. right. I mean, is that it? Is that all of Eureka? Well, that was a pretty little button. Item shop. And we'll buy as many shurikens as we can. So I get the feeling that those things are going to be very helpful. Okay, that's cool. Anything else? Oh. Cool. Well, in that case, let's, can I just use an otter shroom and get the heck out of here? Where does this take me? Does it take me outside the crystal tower? Or... Yeah, okay. Well, there we go. I think we finished Eureka now, too. Another check off the list. So now we have all the cool super weapons. The last 2 extra bonus jobs. The level 8 magic. Whoa! Ninja! Whoa! Okay. So was that a fluke? What the heck just happened there? Something is written here. This door can only be opened with the circus key. This? Oh. Alright, let's see what we got here. An elixir? Elixirs are good. Of course, you know, in the grand, I suppose, irony of everything, one of the last enemies that we're facing in terms of trash here, random battles and whatnot, is a copycat of the very first boss we faced in the game, which is the Djinn. So now there's Djinns at the start and Djinns at the end. It all fits together. I didn't see it coming. Platinol. I like his design. I'll give him that. Oh, these aren't healing pools. Darn. Hey look, ninja versus ninja. My ninja succeeds. That is just insane. Bets on it being another elixir? Do we think? I'm just saying, we've been getting a lot of elixirs. That makes sense. It's the final dungeon. You're going to want to have a lot of elixirs. Elixir! What is this guy? He's like a wood titan monster thing. Glazia labolas. I'm sure that translates to something in some other language. I wouldn't know. I'm kind of surprised how easy this is getting to be. I mean, I knew I just got another Elder Staff. It was one of the Eureka weapons. And I just got it a second one. I don't know. Hey, more cum-cums. Wow. To be fair, that's probably the most damage a monster's done to me so far. Alright, and from here we go up here, grab a Phoenix down. Hey, more of these guys. Good thing I lined up that Kiraga. Man, I remember when Kiraga was enough to, like, fill your bar. Now it doesn't even get you a third of the way. Nope, for that. Well, no, I could probably single target Kiraga and have it work out. Has anyone attacked the ninja? Like, at all? Kind of curious what those platinum dudes are. I assume they're platinum, like, knights of some sort. Fourth floor. Someone attacked the ninja finally. All right. Oh. Well, this is interesting. Do we see any treasure chests that we need to be on the lookout here for? No, no treasure chests. So it's just navigate the maze, I guess. I keep waiting for like the white or Zoe to hit them once with that little like 125 hit, and that be the thing that kills them. So I think we got to go. Having the map actually kind of nullifies the threat of this maze. I can just look up in the corner and just know where to go. Ninjas, man. Ninjas. I'm just going to auto battle this because at this point it's not a huge threat to these things. I'll heal up afterwards, but closest we've ever come is those Cum guys doing like 1,000 damage in a single hit. That's some crystal mail, which I don't think we need any more of, but a Doga clone. So I've been thinking about the plot of this game a little bit, and I actually was sitting there thinking about it. It's actually got some neat ideas that I really kind of dig, like the reason Zonde turned evil, instead of just being all like, "Mwahaha, I want to rule the world." It's more like he doesn't even really want. It's like both makes more sense and it's more petty. Because on one hand, he doesn't want to rule the world just for power. Part of it is to get back at his teacher, because the whole thing that set him down this path was when Noah passed away, he left each of his students a gift, or technically actually what he did was he left Doga and Uni a responsibility. They were commanded to take care of the realms of magic and dreams, respectively, to oversee them, and to do so for all time. Or so it's implied, that they are effectively immortal. And because of that, and thus he gave Zonde the freedom to live out a mortal life. You know, he wasn't cursed to be mortal, but he was given that because he does not have any responsibilities. He was given this gift of being able to live, die, and ultimately not have the burden placed on him that the others did. And he took this as a slight because, you know, I guess it makes sense if, like, you're at, what the heck? Yeah. There's a bunch of dragons. Are they just statues? And a mirror. Gullible fools! That mirror paralyzes anyone who looks into it. Now the 5 worms can feast on your soon-to-be corpses. Well, crap. It has been some time since they've had the prospect of such a fine meal. They will savor every last bite. Arg! We can't move! Have no fear. That sounded like Doga. As I told you before, our souls are eternal. Listen, the only thing that can break the curse of the 5 worms is 5 hearts of pure light. Okay. When I started playing this game tonight, I was not expecting a Kingdom Hearts reference. But let's be honest. This is a Kingdom Hearts reference. You have to persevere until I can gather them. Do you understand? I'll be back as soon as I am able. Good luck, warriors. Doga's soul left to search the 5 hearts of pure light. Valkyrian and the others are in grave danger. Come with me, your highness. They need a heart filled with light. Your heart, in order to break the worm's curse. Oh, for Valkyrian? I'd do anything. I will go immediately. I have some words for him. Why is your heart also full of vengeance? Are we sacrificing these people? How you doing? Sid, I need your help. Valkyrian is in danger? Of course I'll help. I like how he doesn't even need to be told. He just assumes we're in danger. Dash, you must have perished in the furnace. Crap. Now where am I going to find another heart full of pure light? Heave ho! Dash, you're alive? Of course, don't write me off yet. Wait, who's asking? I don't think I've seen you before, Gramps. Whoever you are, you caught me at a good time. I just finished repairing the Tower of Owen. It was a close call, that's for sure. There was a while when I thought the floating continent was done for. Dash, the warriors of light are in trouble. Ah, new Dash, who dat? Jeez, I put out one fire and another one pops up. So what are we standing around here for? Let's go. Prince Alice, the warriors of light need you.
Oh no, I must go to Vicarian and the others at once.
Did our king just get kidnapped? I think so. Oh, no. Would, one of you come to the aid of the Warriors of Light? They need your help. Finally, now with our chance to be the heroes, I'll go. No, I'll go. You can do it. Of course I can. I think the nice touch here is that each and every one of these, except for the creepy old guy who was delusional, were followers. Like, they followed your party at one point. But these are the ones that actually lived. we had a few that did not through the course of this. But that is a nice touch, bringing them all back for this. Quick, we'll hold off the worms. You must change the fate of this world. We owe you our lives, everyone. Let's go. They're just standing there. And that's probably Zonde. Let's see, quick save. Does anyone need healing? Not much. No, not really. Equip. Make sure we have optimal on everyone. I am impressed you made it this far, but your struggle was all for naught. Don't you see how close the darkness has drawn? You're too late. And now, you will die. Zonde. Oh yeah, I forgot. I could totally do this. Ow! See what the ultimate spells do here. Whoa, Flare does a lot. This is it. This is a big final showdown with the guy we've been fighting towards the entire time. Was well established as a villain very early on. I think after that one we're going to need a Kiraja. Let's see. I think we're good for that. So let's throw out another holy while we're at it. Oof. Oh! How fitting that we did it with a holy. I always like it when the final ability is like a nice, kind of a capstone. You think it matters if you defeat me? The cloud of darkness has already gathered. This land will be shrouded before long. We will return the world to nothingness. We are the cloud of darkness. Everything shrouded, enveloped in shadow. The light, the darkness, all will become nothing. We will start with the warriors of light. Perish together with the world you are beholden to protect. Woohoo! All right. Let's draw to Kiraja. Miss. Whoa! Da! Gizmo just turned into a pile of clothes and a hat. Frankian! You can't give up. Come on, you can't die here.
This is not your time. Don't you dare die on me. Not before I get you back for what you did with my underwear drawer.
Huh? Rykarian, Puff, Zoe, Gizmo. The souls of Doga and Uni appeared. Our souls are with you. Rise, warriors. You cannot be defeated yet. Doga and Uni transferred their life force to the warriors and revived them. What life force? They were already dead. Thank you, Doga. Thank you, Uni. Etch the spirit.
Now I think you got a job to do.
Zonde's transgressions diluted the light's power. He's enabled the darkness to grow and give birth to that shadowy abomination. Zonde was a pawn.
Zonde was a pawn, a puppet of the darkness.
Few could have resisted such power.
Soon our souls will be ascend to the heavens and become one with all those who came before us. We cannot stay with you much as we would like to.
You four are the only ones who can restore the balance between the light and the dark. You must go to the world of darkness now. The two souls dispersed. It's time for us to go to the world of darkness. I'm ready if you are. We can do this.
Come on. The whole world is counting on you. Don't let us down.
With us backing you up, you can't lose. It ain't easy to shoulder a difficult destiny. Trust me on that. But you got this. You will be triumphant. I have faith. Please. You have to come back safely. Ooh. So there's 777. This is interesting. Protect will not avail you, Shadow Master! A clone of Zonde? Is he just as strong as Zonde? Oh, geez. Well, he's got a lot of health. Like a lot. No! Oh, leave it to the fact that, you know, the one guy who had like 89 XP to go. I can't use otter shrooms now. Really? No, you're getting a ribbon. Everyone's getting a bloody ribbon. Oh, wrong way. The World Serpent? This place has got everything. And they all cast Protect on themselves. I'm pretty sure the first monsters to do this entire game. I don't even know where I'm doing with this. Where am I going? Eat my CD collection. I guess it's just my gamer brain kicking in, that it's just kind of like, I see 4 doors and 1 center door, and the general assumption I just make is, oh, you gotta go to the 4 other doors before you go to the middle one. Is that true? I have no idea. We're gonna find out. But that's just my gamer instinct. Whenever I see 4 doors surrounding a central one, I'm like, okay, you gotta do all those before you do the middle one. The Dark Wind Crystal. The wrath of dark cannot be stopped. This will be your final resting place. Puppy! gotta keep everyone healed up. Bio does that, dog. Make him sick. Make him throw up. Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted. Let's see here. Bio just seems to do more damage than Firaga on a lot of these. And again, the only one who's doing like consistent damage here has been, honestly, Vicarian. I don't know what the deal with Mr. Ninja is. Okay, let's try the Shuriken thing really quick. I'm curious. Pretty good. This thing's still not dead. That's impressive. There we go. So, like, even just this random, like, mini-boss is tougher than Zonde. Which I guess, like, completely, like, cleans... Oh. I am one of the 4 warriors of dark. We managed to stop the wrath of light 1,000 years ago. Light and dark. Our 2 worlds depend on one another. If the two were to converge, it would bring about a single world of nothingness. A void. Now that light is weakened and the darkness is spreading, the wrath of dark is upon us. The only force that can stop this and return balance is within you, the 4 warriors of light. I am here to aid you. We cannot allow the void to consume our worlds. Crystal glows softly. Warriors of light, only you can restore hope to the world. For yours is the light that can balance out the darkness. Oh. It's very nice of it. That is a nice looking spell, I will say. I like that effect. Three Shadow Masters coming from the back. Almost feels like it should be a rap lyric. No, we're not throwing those. Oh wow, I got poisoned. And he's gonna die from this, isn't he? Just take a moment, throw an antidote on yourself. Treat yourself to not dying. Not dying would be a good choice. Well, that's an interesting design. Wow! Didn't we already kill you? I will say, it is a bit underwhelming to see Eureka monsters getting reused as just regular... like... Oh, there are tunnels connecting all this. I could have just kept going down that way. Is Earthquake better or worse than regular Quake? Oh. Now we can go all the way down here and get the chest. Monsters! Zonde clone! Again! Wonder how many Zonde clones there are. So if you're wondering where Final Fantasy XIV got this weird obsession with clones, here you go. I just noticed the background, like the music for the sound effect for the meteors was pew 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 pew. Oh, there we go. And we got a ribbon. No, you're wearing the ribbon. Everyone wears the ribbons. It's important. For some reason. I mean, mostly it just makes gives you a bit of a, less of a headache to deal with. Because then you resist poison, you resist paralyze, you... I should probably heal everybody. Well, I'm at it. Oh, Blizzaga the World Serpent. Because tonight I can't get any weirder. Never mind, it's dead. I threw CDs at it. The Dark Water Crystal. You have come far, but this is the end of the line. The world will be engulfed in darkness and return to the void. How's it hanging? I said, how's it? Well, flare to you too. I like how he has a kind of like a mohawk thing going, or what is it with like when you have like one side of your head buzzed, but the other side is like long hair going down like the side of your face. That kind of look. That's what this thing's got going for it, and I kind of dig it. It's a little bit ahead of the times. You know, just when I was feeling bad about constantly keeping, like, King Kiraja queued up as a heal, he goes and does that. What about Bio? What do you think Bio's gonna do to it? Not as much as other bosses. This will just keep hitting it with flare. At this point, it's, I mean, what else can you do? Those Kirajas are going off really well. Tempted if I could squeeze in a holy here. Okay, well, there goes that theory. I originally had a theory that it was going to do probably more damage, because it's the World of Darkness, and you might be able to squeeze out more damage using a Holy or something. They may be vulnerable to the Holy element. Although Holy is usually not elemental. It's a non-elemental spell for the most part. Doesn't matter, it's dead. Sweet. You know, the dark water crystal looks a lot like all the others. I am one of the warriors of dark. When the powers of light or dark become too great, the cloud of darkness is created to return the world to the void. Only the hope inherent in the forces of light and dark can stop it. Now go, warriors of light. I will assist you with my powers of dark. Only you can restore hope and balance out dark. Yeah, so heal me, please. Earthy quake. What level is everybody at this point? I haven't really been checking. Oh wait, what did it say? Go here. There's only 4 chests in the World of Darkness. We got all of the chests and the items in Eureka. I think we're on track to getting every chest in the game. Throw a Kiraga out. I just start using more like quakes and everything on the trash because I don't really have a lot of use for like the level 7 stuff when I'm on bosses. Whoa. Garm. Who are you? Me, Garm? Okay, do you do anything special? Me, Garm? I haven't tried Tornado yet. And it misses. Okay, so can we see where the treasure chest is for this one? Somewhere up here, it looks like. And I am going to be guessing that our dear treasure chest is going to have a Zonde clone in it? Just a theory. A game theorizing. I'm really curious if, like, those Eureka weapons... Monsters! Huh? Yeah! Have as, like, some sort of, like, hidden secret properties. Because I know a lot of the weapons in later Final Fantasy games have things like... it will do more damage if you are at low health, or does more damage if you're close to full health, or something like that. Almost if I quick you. That seems like it was easier than the last one. And I think that will be our final ribbon. Ribbon, 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 not ribbon. Ribbon is actually optimal for him. Because he likes to look pretty. There's nothing wrong with that. Was ambushed? By that? How? How does that thing sneak up on you? It's like when the Cloverfield monster snuck up on the people with the camera. Stinking thing makes no noise unless it's in frame. Despite the fact that it's bigger than most buildings. Oh, there we go. You know, despite that being all loopy and weird, that was pretty much the most straightforward room we've been in so far.
The wrath of Dark has nearly reached its zenith. No one can stop it, least of all you.
Ah, that kills my throat. Hey, Mr. Ariman. Jeez. Now I know why this thing's such a pain in the butt boss in Final Fantasy 14. Line it up, because I'm betting it's going to be another group attack. So far, it seems to be like there seems to be a bit of a pattern to these guys. They cast a single target, and then a group, and then a single target, and then a group. They kind of go back and forth between the two. See? That's everyone attack. Not nearly as... No, don't guard. But then I have a little bit of a breather here because the next turn is going to be a single attack. Probably like a Thundaga or a Ga spell. Which, I mean, does a lot of damage, don't get me wrong, but it's only on one person. So it gives me time to get off an extra heal. Get most everybody topped up of that one. And then he'll be throwing out another group one, so you want to throw out a big heal like Kiraja. Make sure everyone's topped off to the top. Because there's Meteor. But because we were topped off, everyone's good. No, stop trying to guard. I'm almost out of flare, so I'm assuming we're getting close to killing this thing. Well, that's a different one. I don't think he's actually just hit me before. Well, in that case, I'll throw out a Holy on him. No, not Meteor. Flare. Even though he's probably going to Meteor me. There we go. Ah, they're all level 56. That's good. Means they've gained 5 levels just tonight. I'm one of the Warriors of Dark. This Wrath of Dark will affect not just your world. Both of our worlds will succumb. The void is coming, but with our powers combined, we can stop it. We must destroy the cloud of darkness. With your powers combined, I am Captain Not Darkness. Yeah, I'm kind of confused about the ninja's attacks, because it seems like the animation for it changes every few times. It's why I kind of was wondering about the special effect thing earlier. Because it seems like certain conditions cause it to do different animations, which also seems to be affecting its damage somewhat. So I'm wondering if there's some sort of unique property to it like that. One of or both of the weapons. Ha! I got my wish. So we got to finish something off. Alright, let's see, this cuts through here. Where is the final treasure chest? Oh, it's way up there in the corner. That sucks. Ready to face our final Zonde clone? So I think this is the fire, dark crystal. Is this section? I don't even need this other ribbon, but, you know. Completionist. Lasai. Kiraga, everybody. Everyone topped off. Or his stupid face does that! He does have a stupid face. Look at him. He's kind of like leaning over going, it looks like he's got like big, like goofy teeth. And I don't mean goofy as in the teeth themselves are like a whimsical I mean like the character Goofy. Which, I mean, I suppose the prior definition applies. We'll never have to look at this guy's stupid mug again. Unless there's like, you have to fight a final Zonde clone before you face against the Cloud of Darkness. I wouldn't put it past this game. I have no idea what Tornado does. And I'm going to continue to not find out. Oh, the final mini boss. Dark Fire Crystal. I was right. Darkness will prevail and bring an end to the world as you know it. You will now disappear with the rest of the world. Two-headed dragon. Just, what? That's the name you settled on? Two-headed dragon? Okay. Okay. That's what you want to go with. I mean, you could have come up with... I mean... I don't think you guys have used Tiamat yet in this game, have you? Maybe you have. Well, I mean, that was a hell of a hit, though. Those are some heavy hits. Some of the heaviest we've gotten so far. This is because I made fun of your name, isn't it? It's nice to know that just like single target Curas are doing a efficient enough of undoing the damage of one of these bites. Although I'm constantly running at a deficit here because the dragon seems to go right before Zoe does. So there's always one person hurting. And if they get 2 hits on a single target, if they go after the same person 2 rounds in a row, we're probably looking at a death. Because they are doing more than half. Okay, usually doing more than half. But at the same time, it's never more than like one character who's down. Just me, or is its defense just getting higher and higher as we keep going through this fight? Or not? Just way to no-sell my line, game. Alright. It's time to beat this thing. Why are you all dressed the same? Did you all pick the same jobs? That's a terrible way to build a thing. Except if you're fighting a boss that specifically requires things like a Dragoon. Are we fighting Garuda? Space Garuda? I am the Warrior of Dark. Our worlds came from the void, and one day will return to it. There is only one force that can keep nothingness at bay. Hope. The void is inevitable. Someday will consume everything. But today is not that day. Not while there is still hope and love in the worlds of light and dark. As long as there is hope, the void cannot win. With the powers of the dark and light, defeat the force that is calling forth the void. Oh, wait. Yes. Heal me. Thank you. Quick exit. we go. Oh, these are all just... How is a twin dragon different from a two-headed dragon? Does anyone know? Because I'm confused on that one. There we go. Okay, let's see here. So we definitely have to go this way. No, we want to go up this way. And then... Dang it, Thor! Deals critical damage. Yeah, I'll give it a try. Never mind. No. Is that one of those things that just have like a 5% success rate? Well, pretty sure I should quick save here. This looks like something out of Illusion of Gaia. We are the cloud of darkness, bringer of wrath and destroyer of light. You and your world will be sacrificed to the void. Not if we have anything to say about it. Ha! This is the world of darkness. You think your powers of light can defeat us in our own land? Their light may not be enough, but our powers of darkness can suppress your evil. You would be willing to sacrifice your lives for the light? Fools. We will not let you reduce the world to nothing. Your demise is none of our concern. The crystals of darkness may be gone, but we have no need of them any longer. We will defeat you and absorb the powers of light. The world will become the void. This is where you die, warriors of light. Final boss. Awesome music. Appreciate. I've been saving my shuriken for this fight. Ouch. Is that all you're gonna do? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's impressive. I'm very impressed by it. Are you gonna do anything else? Gonna take that as a no. Kiraja's flare. That's gonna hurt. Luckily, we had a Kiraja queued up. So I'm assuming, and this is just conjecture, she might be doing a particle beaming. Shock. Two more. Let's see, will she outlast my shurikens? Max damage! And there we have it. In the beginning, there was the void. Then came light and darkness. From them, everything was born. The heavens, skies, water, fire, life. Time inexorably brings all back to its beginnings. But from life, something new was born. A shining force that separated the light from the dark and illuminated the world. It was called hope. When the balance between light and dark is broken and the world again slides toward oblivion, the chosen one will appear once more. Do not forget that the source of the warrior's power is the hope that lives inside us all. Dreams, despair, love, time can obscure it all. Do not accept this. Do not forget it. And time will never erase what life has to offer. Find your last remaining spark of light, a light that shines brightly when all else is dark. The light of hope. Otter Shroom. You're all still here. Vicarian, Puff, Zoe, Gizmo. You did it. Well done. No doubt you're the true heroes of this story. Not half bad. Come on, it's time to go home. We all live in different places. Even in the ending, it still can't fly over mountains. It's been a pleasure. Pleasure's all ours, but I'm thinking about time to return to Amber. Philith, you're back, safe and sound. Of course, barely broke a sweat. Without your help, we never would have made it. Thank you. If you ever need help, we heroes will be here. Come and train with us anytime. Until we meet again. We've reached Saronia. I suppose I must return. Oh, hey, look, the king's back. Thank you for everything, Your Highness. Oh, I mean, Your Majesty. It was your light that saved our world. It is I who should be thanking you, brave warriors. If I can lead my kingdom with even half the courage you have shown, I will be content. You have my sincere thanks. And we switched airships. What happened to our nice airship? I think this is the only time we get to see the inside of this one. We've almost reached Canaan. This is my stop. Wife will probably be worried sick. Wait, I'll get off here too. Why do you want to stop in Canaan, Desh? Well, I just want to check on someone. Huh? Oh, fine. It's Selena, okay? Oh, you wanted to see her? How sweet. Oh, come on, leave me alone. Go get her, Tiger. I will end you. Yeah, that forgotten plot thread about the girl that he led on and then ditched. Way back at the beginning of the game. Honey! Oh dear, not in front of your friends. You're embarrassing me. Thanks, Mrs. Sid. Selena! Dash! Please don't ever leave me again. Never. I promise. Come on, honey. Why don't we let these kids show us up, can we? Oh, fine. Just one kiss, then. Him? Whoops. Whoops. Got a little carried away. Sorry about that. Let me know if you go on any more adventures. I could always lend a hand. Oh, no, you don't. Looks like you're not going anywhere for a while, Dash. Don't rub it in. You're welcome. Come back here anytime. You gotta try my wife's cooking. Thank you, Sid. Dash, we'll see you later. Shall we head back to Sasune now, Your Highness? Can't I just stay with you? I don't want to go home just yet. But Princess Sarah, don't you understand? I want to stay with you! Oh! Did I embarrass you? Come, let's go to Ur. It's Ur. We're home. Oh, I can't wait to see where you grew up. Welcome back. I'm Topapa. Yes, we We know.
Oh, Valkyrian, Puff, Zoe, Gizmo? You're home! We did it, Topapa, Nina. Well, I always knew you were destined for great things. I knew it because I was Topapa.
We know.
We're proud of you. Welcome home. You saved the world. Wow, you're amazing.
So I guess we weren't joking about you being they weren't joking about being the Warriors of Light.
Heroes get a kiss from me. Pucker up.
Not so fast. Oops. Now the world is safe from the darkness. All this is thanks to your pure hearts. Thank you, Warriors of Light.
Oh, look, the light.
The crystal is back to its former brilliance.
It's beautiful.
The darkness has dispersed, and a new dawn has come. To the fans across the globe, both past and present, and to the crew who brought us the originals to life, we offer our profound and heartfelt thanks. Aww. Well, there you go. That's the end of Final Fantasy III, Pixel Remaster version. But, so I guess now it's time to wrap this up with final thoughts. First impression, hands down better than Final Fantasy II. Such a much better improvement. The plot works. The motivations for the characters, villains, everyone makes sense. Nothing feels like it's kind of just pulls the rug out from underneath you afterwards, like bait and switches you with plot elements and things like that. There's no misleading things that don't turn out to be anything or anything like that. Everything serves a purpose. Everything's purpose is carried through to the end. Everything that gets set up pays off properly. That said, it's clear, even with the Pixel Remaster, that they're working with a limited capacity with cartridge space and whatnot from way back. Because this was the last game they did on the original Nintendo, the Famicom. So you have to keep in mind that they couldn't fit in everything they wanted to, as much as they could probably want. So because of that, you're probably still dealing with the fact that there's cut story places where the story could have been fleshed out more, it's built up on, and that's understandable. I mean, you have Doga, Une, and Zande, who it would have been more interesting to. I think it would have been great to see more of like the backstory there, or the maybe some visions of like what would have happened with Noah. Why did Zande feel so slighted? How did that in turn get him to essentially become a pawn of darkness, or the world of, or the cloud of darkness? And exactly how that exchange went down. I mean, it's not required. It's just one of those things that would have been nice to see. And they could have expanded on it more. This is one of those games that really could serve as a great template for a much expanded remake. Like more than just a literal update like this was, but like a full-on remake. And I suppose they did that with the 3DS one. I have a copy of it, the 3D one that they did. I don't know if they expanded the story at all, or they just updated it with the graphics and everything. Changed up the job system and everything like that. I know they changed some of that stuff. But no, this was really intriguing. It never felt like Like, I suppose, like, the biggest, like, possible frustration there could have been is the fact that you kept getting an airship and then losing the airship. But even then, it was, like... The first thing is, you get the airship, like, right out the gate. And... you know you're not going to keep that. It would not make sense to give you the airship that early on. Give you that much freedom. And then when you get it back, you end up losing it and it ends up getting destroyed. But that's only to facilitate one short chapter of the story before they give you an even better one to replace it. So it never feels like that much of an inconvenience. Probably one of the biggest inconveniences with airships is the fact that you end up with 2 of them towards the end. And if you need to go and do something, depending on what you need to accomplish, you need to go and switch them out. Which is, yeah, annoying. The job system was definitely interesting. I like how they used it as a puzzle system for a lot of the fights and dungeons. Instead of just having it like, you know, pick the one you like and level that one up and then, you know, do nothing with it. They kind of poked you to like think outside the box, try out some of the other jobs just for like short little stints. It never wore out its welcome, I don't think, because it never was to the point where it's just kind of like, okay, I got to I'm stuck with this job I don't want to do just because I have to for this, you know, huge section of the game or anything like that. And I think a lot of strength of that is the fact that they, again, in this original iteration of the job system, separated the character's level from the job level. So while the job performs more efficiently with the job level, most of the stats are derived from the character level. So even if you're level 55 and you start a job at job level 1, that job's still going to perform decently for a level 55. Now, it won't perform as well as that same job would at job level 99, but it's not going to be awful. And because of that, you skip the problem that was in Final Fantasy II, where if you try to start out or a new magic or anything from level 1, it was awful until you got it to like a decent level. Same problem is in the Secret of Mana games, where if you're trying to do something, it's just, it doesn't scale properly, and you end up just having to beat your head against the wall miserably for a good while just to get it to a point where it's usable. But luckily, because of this, and this is a system that, I don't know, I haven't played 5 yet. I know 5 also uses the job system. I know later on incarnations, such as Final Fantasy X-2, also uses the system where the character level is separate from the job. So if you switch jobs, it scales to the character level, but you might not have all the abilities and everything without, you know, properly unlocking them, leveling up the job somewhat. But the abilities you do have will perform at your character's level, which is a really good way of going about it, because you never feel punished for trying out something different or switching to like the thing you need to do the next part of the story, you know, which was just great. I thought it was a real nice, real good way of handling all that. I liked at the end that they brought back all the characters. I like that, as I said, everything that gets planted has a payoff. And that's really good to see. Because, especially, as I said, I hate to harp on this point, but I can't help it. We're coming right off of the Tales of Final Fantasy II into this one. And it's so nice to see that they've learned what didn't work in 2. Because everything that got planted in that game did not pay off. And in this one, everything did. There was no waste. I mean, the only thing really that, like, you didn't come back in any way is the Elder Tree. And you kind of got that, because it said it was going to have to sleep for like 1,000 years or something to get back to where it was. Which was fine. You know, it wasn't a huge plot point or anything like that. Everything led into... I never had this moment where I was really just kind of like, okay. There was only a few moments, to be fair. There were a few moments where I didn't know where I was supposed to go early on. But most of that was my fault. Because if I just paid attention to, like, what the party members were saying more, if I, like, went through all of their dialogue, I would have gotten the answer to where I was supposed to go. And simple as that. I just didn't talk to people enough. And if I had done that, I wouldn't have got lost. And as such, I pretty much, as you notice, if you've watched this whole thing, you would have seen, by the time I got down to the lower world, first thing was, let's talk to everyone. Let's figure out where we go next. Because someone here will tell us. And I would go through all the dialogue with any sort of party member that joins until they give me everything. Until they start repeating over and over and over. Because I learned. That being said, the one thing I will criticize this game in is it does force you to do quite a bit of grinding. If you just follow the story beats, you will end up falling behind the leveling curve really quickly and not know it. Like, it creeps up on you quick. Like, you go to like, okay, we're getting kind of hit hard, but manageable, to you're dying in one combat. Like, complete wipe. And it'll just do that when you get to like the next area. And it'll be like, okay, well, I guess I was supposed to level up a bunch more in this last area. So there had to be several post-game or like off-stream grinding sessions. As you said, I jumped from level 35 to level 51 between this session and the last one. Or the last session and this one. Why? Because I knew I was going to need to be way higher leveled to get through the final stretch of the game. There hasn't been a Square RPG that didn't require you to be in your 50s, preferably 60s, to get through the end. Like, usually if you get to 60 before the end, before you get to the final dungeon, you're usually sitting pretty good. But so the fact that it kind of sneaks in on you, and the fact is you don't necessarily know, and that leads to the problem of you don't always know where you should grind. Like, I had to look up where a good grinding spot to get pre-final dungeon levels was at. Because, quite honestly, like, there's not a lot of obvious indicators, and like, you'll end up hitting places where, like, in that last stretch, like last time, Doga's Grotto probably would have been a very good place for me to grind some. But I don't think you can actually get back there once you leave. So I had to figure out another place. But I say that it's hardly a huge problem with a game. I mean, it's an RPG that you're going to grind. It just felt like it was one of those things where I kind of felt blindsided at times, like how far I had fallen behind. Like, I was 10, 15 levels below where I should have been. and I was just following the story. So, give you an idea there. But, no, overall, in terms of it, this is definitely much like Final Fantasy 6 and 9 serve as capstones and summations of everything learned up to that point in the franchise's history. Or at least that's what the developers have been quoted in saying. 3 feels very much like the first time that happened. Like, this clearly feels like they've taken everything they learned from 1 and 2 and built something that just worked for what it was trying to do. Story-wise, it was on point. Music-wise, beautiful. I guess it's no surprise then, I suppose I should say, that this is, I'm sure, as you've noticed as you've been watching me play through this, there is a lot that can be found that influenced Final Fantasy XIV, straight from A Realm Reborn all the way now through Endwalker, can be traced back to inspiration from this game. Like, this is clearly, if not Yoshi P's favorite, then the dev team's favorite entry in the series. Because they have taken whole story arcs and themes from this game and turned them into, well, let's just face it, one of the best reviewed MMOs out right now. And a lot of that has to do with the very strong story. And as you could see, it's from everything on here, while they did directly take a lot of the elements of, especially the final act of this game, and directly translate a lot of that to the MMO, the themes of light, darkness, hope, nothingness, all persist throughout the entire storyline leading up to the current expansion in Endwalker. And I think that's really fascinating, because I didn't know about the hope connection when I started this. I had heard about the light and dark and balance and all that stuff, which is still a great concept. The fact that light and dark, neither is inherently good or evil. The Warriors of Darkness are not the bad guys here. They saved the world from the flood of light. The Wrath of Light. Whatever. I think they called it both things at some point. But then the Warriors of Light do the same when darkness grows too strong. And it's about balance and finding that equilibrium. Because when the equilibrium goes off, then the void comes and tries to destroy everything. Which is still a great story element. I love it when you play with the conventions that good and evil are not so black and white. But yeah, I could definitely see where this was drawn into being such a huge inspiration for the franchise. And it's kind of surprising because it's as I said, it does not get a lot of credit. It's not usually viewed as a very popular title. It's only been released in the United States, I want to say twice. First being the 3DS remake and then the Pixel remaster. I don't think there's any other time they've re-released this one. So it's probably the least available of the Final Fantasy games. And yet I would argue that of the original NES games, this is the best one. I mean, it doesn't have the theory-ness of like the first Final Fantasy, but it has a much clearer, concise, and more enjoyable story. This isn't a D&D campaign like the first game. This isn't a bad D&D game like the second one. This is a story. And it's an enjoyable one. And with that said, I think we're ready to put a cap on Final Fantasy III. Yes. And I've still got a lot of editing to do to get all of the edited versions of these videos out, but look forward to next time we cracking into Final Fantasy IV. The one I always played as a kid. The first Final Fantasy I ever played. And one I never actually ever finished. So, I'm looking forward to that. So with that said, I would like to thank everybody who stopped in and watched and enjoyed and got to experience this game with me. It's been a pleasure now that we're at the end of the NES era. And I just wanted to iterate how much I've enjoyed playing this. I've enjoyed sharing it with you and talking about it and stuff like that. Goodness knows the people in my life here in the real world have probably gotten annoyed with me after some time how much I talk about it. But it's been fun, and I look forward to what's coming. Because the next series, the next set of games are some of my favorites. And I look forward to playing them with you guys. That said, I think this is going to be it for tonight. As always, you can find me here on Twitch. I always appreciate a good follow. If you're looking for another way of finding out when there's streams, you can always check out my Twitter, at Vicarian. And then if you're interested in watching these after the fact, you can check out my blog, Vicarian.com, where I post the edited versions of these, as well as have links to both my YouTube channel, where the edited versions are hosted, as well as my stream archive channel on YouTube, where you can find the full unedited streams in all of their several hour long glory. There's a page on my blog. If you go to the drop down at the top where it says Final Fantasy, you can find Final Fantasy Retrospective. From there, you can find links to all of the edited videos, as well as to the playlists of the unedited videos. And check out everything I've played thus far. As I said, I'm planning on playing through pretty much everything I can get my hands on in this franchise. Just to re-experience it. So that said, I think we're going to call it a night, and I just want to say thank you to everyone out there. It's been fun. I got a huge smile on my face. And it's just, this has been great. Thank you all.